Hi everyone. Today's horror story might make you think twice before walking alone at night. So switch off the lights, put on your headphones, and stay with me until the end. Because this story is based on an incident that many people still cannot explain. A small family lived in a quiet city in America. The family consisted of a father, a mother, and their 17-year-old son, Michael. They lived happily together. Michael was a good student. Every evening after school, he would attend a library near the city center and return home around 8 p.m. Everything was normal until one strange night. Michael came home looking confused. His father looked at the clock. It was exactly midnight.
Michael, why are you so late?
His father asked angrily. Michael looked surprised. Late? Dad. I left the library at 8 p.m. His father pointed at the clock. It is 12 o'clock. Michael's face turned pale. What? That's impossible. He checked his phone. The phone also showed midnight, but for Michael, only a few minutes had passed. The next day, the exact same thing happened, and the day after that. Every evening he left at 8 p.m. Every night he returned at 12 a.m. 4 hours disappeared from his memory. It was as if time itself was swallowing him. Soon strange things started happening. Michael began hearing whispers at night. Sometimes he heard someone calling his name from outside the window. Michael. Michael. Every time he looked outside, nobody was there. One night, he woke up suddenly. Standing outside his bedroom window was a pale boy wearing white clothes. The boy was smiling. A cold smile, a smile that did not look human. Michael screamed. His parents rushed into the room, but when they looked outside, nothing was there. The father became worried. He secretly installed a GPS tracker on Michael's phone. The next evening, he monitored the location. At exactly 8:17 p.m., the signal disappeared. Not moved, not switched off. It simply vanished, as if Michael had left the world itself. The father decided to follow him, keeping a safe distance. He watched Michael walk through the empty streets. The city was unusually quiet. No cars, no people, only the sound of the wind. Suddenly, as Michael entered a narrow street, a thick fog appeared from nowhere. The temperature dropped. Street lights began flickering. And then, Michael disappeared, right in front of his father's eyes, gone, as if he had dissolved into thin air. Terrified, the father ran home. His hands were shaking. His heart was racing. He didn't tell anyone what he had seen, because he himself couldn't believe it. Yet at exactly midnight, Michael calmly opened the front door and walked inside, just like every other night. "Where were you?" his father shouted. Michael looked confused. "I don't know. What do you remember?" "I was walking home and then..." He paused. "Then I heard someone laughing. After that, nothing, unable to sleep." The father searched the internet. He discovered something shocking. 20 years earlier, a teenage boy had been murdered near that same street. The case was never solved. The victim's name was Daniel. The next morning, the father visited an old priest. After hearing everything, the priest became serious. "There is a lost spirit attached to your son." The father's blood ran cold. "Can you save him?" The priest nodded. "But first we must understand what the spirit wants." That night, the father and priest followed Michael together. The priest carried a wooden cross and holy water. The wind howled through the streets. Clouds covered the moon. Everything felt wrong. At exactly midnight, the fog returned. A white figure appeared in the middle of the road. Slowly, very slowly, it turned towards them. Its eyes were completely black. Its skin looked lifeless. Its mouth stretched into an unnatural smile. The father nearly collapsed from fear. The spirit suddenly screamed, "Why are you following me?" The scream echoed through the entire street. Windows shattered. Street lights exploded. Dogs began barking in the distance. The priest started chanting prayers. The spirit screamed again. Dark shadows swirled around it. The air became freezing cold. The father could see his own breath. "Who are you?" asked the priest. At first the spirit remained silent, but the prayers grew stronger. Finally, the spirit began to speak. "My name is Daniel." Tears appeared in its dark eyes. "I was one of the best students in school. I dreamed of becoming a doctor. I wanted to help people. One day my school told me I couldn't take the final exam without paying the fees. I went home and begged my father for money, but he refused. That night I followed him. I saw him giving money to a woman. I asked who she was. The spirit's voice trembled. He looked at me and shouted, "You are not my son." My world collapsed. I begged him to tell me the truth, but he became furious. He beat me. He dragged me outside. The street became silent, even the wind stopped. Then, the spirit whispered, "He killed me." The father felt his legs weaken. My body was hidden. My death was forgotten. No one searched for me. No one cried for me. No one loved me. The spirit looked at Michael. "But your son was kind. He smiled at strangers. He helped people. When I saw him, I imagined the life I should have had, a family, a home, a father who cared." The father stepped forward. For the first time, he saw not a monster, but a lonely child, a child trapped between worlds. The priest lowered his cross. "You don't need to stay here anymore. You can move on. You are not alone." The spirit began crying. Black tears rolled down its face. For a moment, it looked human again. "Just a frightened boy." "Thank you," Daniel whispered. A bright light appeared around him. The darkness slowly faded. The cold air disappeared. The fog vanished. And Daniel smiled. A real smile, for the first time in 20 years. Then, he disappeared forever. Everything returned to normal. Michael never lost time again. The whispers stopped. The nightmares ended. Life became peaceful, but there is one final mystery. Neighbors say that every year, on the anniversary of Daniel's death, exactly at midnight, a young boy's laughter can be heard outside that street. Not an evil laugh, not a frightening laugh, but the laughter of a child who finally found peace. Was it really Daniel, or is part of his spirit still wandering there? No one knows, and perhaps no one ever will. If you enjoyed this horror story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, if someone calls your name from an empty street at midnight, don't turn around.